Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a color for you on a unit. We're going to start off by sectioning the hair. We are going to do some money pieces, meaning chunkier highlights in the front, and then we're going to do some highlights up top, and we're going to section off the bottom and do a low light slash base color to make the highlights really pop. So I have the front braided sectioned off. Those are the sections that I'm going to be using my lighter color on. I had it braided because I want it separated from the rest of the hair. So I'm just applying that lighter color, which is 10 NWB by Joico. I'm using a demi, so it is a jelly color. I use the jelly color. Well, it starts off as a liquid, and when you mix it with the cream developer, I describe it as a jelly, a gelatinous feel. I use that color because I feel like it glides better on the hair. I'm using a 5 developer, a level 5, excuse me, developer, because this is 100% human hair and it is not on a human head. So I don't want to do any damage to the hair, any more damage. As you can see, it is a very light blonde. So I'm just applying that 10 NWB all over these sections, making sure I saturate. I'm going in and taking 1/4 inch sections with subsections within the section and making sure I go all the way up to the roots, make sure I'm saturating very well. And I'm being very careful and wiping my hands off in between sections because I don't want to stain the lace because I have to wear this at some point. And even though it is at level 10, it will turn the lace or the knots on the lace a darker color. So I'm sectioning that off with a foil, my Framar Rosé All Day foils, and I'm covering it. So step 2, we're going to continue with the other money piece and the highlight. So again, here I'm just saturating that section with my demi gloss. I am going in and doing smaller subsections to make sure that I am getting it fully saturated. So I like to go in when I'm doing like the money piece subsections, especially with the demi gloss. Like I said, it melts better. I like to go in when they're so small and just put, especially if I'm just depositing color and not lifting, I like to put it all along the mid shaft to the end first and then go back up and work into the root. Just because I feel like when I go the other way, my ends and my mid shaft, my ends end up not being as saturated as I want them to be. And again, this is human hair, not on a human head. So I need it to be as saturated as possible. Another benefit of using the demi gloss on this hair is that this particular demi gloss has a shine added to it. So it brings the shine back into the hair. So now I'm doing a U part at the top because this unit has a part down the middle. So I want I want all the light to fall because it's a trick. I'm not doing a lot of highlights. So that part I'm sectioning off in the back there, that is going to be all low light and base color. So the trick is to do baby lights in this U part section. And I'm in the back on the crown, I'm using horizontal partings. The key is to use baby lights in the U part section to create maximum brightness, because sometimes we think that you have to highlight a whole head to create maximum brightness. You do not. You need the darkness to contrast against the maximum brightness. So now I'm taking not horizontal, excuse me, diagonal sections in the remaining parts of the U part. Again, this is also to create maximum brightness, because when I take diagonal parts, one piece of the hair lives on the other side of the head, while as another piece lives on the opposite side. So once I let that section out the foil and let it disperse where it's supposed to go, it's going to create a larger area of brightness. I'm still going. I made a mistake earlier and said I was doing diagonal sections. I'm not doing the diagonals yet. I'm still in the horizontals. And you can weave at this point if you like. I chose to do slices. And I know some people are like, I don't like slices, they come out chunky. Again, I'm trying to go for a maximum brightness here without doing a full head of foils. So now, yes, now I'm on the side of the head. So now I'm using my diagonal sections. And as I previously stated, it's because of where the hair lives. I want to over direct it over in the foil. And then once I release it, it will fall naturally to where it goes and continue that brightness. And I know a lot of you are going to ask why I was wearing one glove at the beginning and now I have on two different gloves. My pink glove had ripped and I wanted to be matchy-matchy. And then sometimes, honestly, in the salon, when I am doing foil, sometimes I actually don't wear both gloves because I'm not always touching the hair. But because you see the hand with the clear glove is usually tucked under the foil, so I'm not actually touching the chemical. I usually wear the glove on the hand that I'm touching the chemical with. And I only had one glove on because it's a demi-gloss and it's only a 5 developer, so I wasn't really worried about staining my nails or anything of the sorts. But then I ended up wanting to zhuzh the product into the hair a little bit more. And when I say zhuzh, I mean like rub it in a little bit more. So I ended up putting gloves on both hands. I don't know what I was laughing at there, probably something on TV because I was watching TV while I did this. So I'm still continuing with my diagonal sections. I actually really love doing services on units. They are really fun to do because you get to be really creative, especially one like this. I kind of call these close to blanks. It's not quite a blank because it has a little bit of warm undertone. It has that yellow. But I really love doing hair like this because there's no problems. So now we are on to the low light in the base color. I am going to be not lifting up, but in between all the foils I put in. So I'm using 6WN, so a 6 warm natural. I am still going with a level 5 developer. I'm first going to, when I say low light and base, so low light is going to be everywhere in between the foils. And the base is going to be that entire back section that we have sectioned off underneath the loose hair in between the foils. So I'm going to pin up the in between the foils. You see now you see it's like 2 different sections. And I'm just going to start applying the darker color from roots to tips. It's kind of self-explanatory. I won't talk too much about that. But I'm using a 6 versus a 10. I know you're probably like, why not a 7 or an 8? But again, I wanted to create maximum brightness, so I had to give a very dark contrast for the brightness to hold up against. I love doing techniques on these for someone who maybe doesn't have time to sit for a full highlight, or someone who doesn't want to put as much lightener on the hair. Like if you were going from dark to light. So let's say my base wasn't as bright as it was. Let's say my base was already dark and someone wanted brightness to show, but let's not say someone, let's say your client. Your client wants the brightness to show, but doesn't want to sit through a full head of highlights, or they don't want to really put lightener all over their head, or they just simply don't want that many highlights. I like doing these dimensional, what I call like a dimensional partial, to give them that maximum brightness again without doing maximum effort. So mostly that, like, their touch-ups are going to be the darker color in the back and just, a couple foils up top to keep that brightness up. So it's a very quick service for your client and yourself, and they still get that Instagram-worthy blonding moment. Or if you wanted to slow step somebody into their blonde, you could also do this technique. So I'm just taking 1/8 in sections, and this is what it will look like when it's done. You have the foils in the middle and the dark all around. So now we're on to dry and style. That is the final result. We're going to do a slow-mo in a little bit and show you exactly how it came out. Now you see it looks like she has a full head of highlights, and she simply just does not. She has a couple foils up top and all darkness in the bottom. I should have put step 6. Look at the camera and be very satisfied with yourself, because You are amazing and you deserve it. And you did a great work. So when you try this technique and your client hair comes out amazing, I do want you to smile at yourself in the mirror. So I'm going to lift it up and show you the darkness at the bottom. Yep. Okay. All that darkness. Love it. The contrast. You see the contrast there? Beautiful. 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 And then eventually I'll spin it around and show you the money pieces. I'm going to run my hands through this hair because this hair is amazing. It's very soft. I actually ordered it off of Amazon. I'll post the link in the description. I was very, very satisfied with the texture of it and the capability to keep up. And I'm just keep running my fingers through it because I want to show you that it's very good hair because it was treated with professional product. And sometimes if you put color with developer on your extensions, it can ruin it. But these extensions were still soft. They were still pliable. I could still run my fingers through it. There was very minimal shedding, still moving, even after putting heat protectant on it and blow drying it with a brush and blower. My lashes did get blown off. I always joke and say, if your lashes are still on after a good blowout, your concentrator nozzle was not in the right areas. So here I am still running my fingers through. See, like very little tangling, still able to run my fingers through it. I am amazed with this hair. I cannot wait to put it on myself. This one was not for a client. This one was for me. So I'm very excited to wear it. It's beautiful. It's shiny still. It still has its integrity. I'm very happy with the way it turned out. It is just flowing gorgeously still, even after sitting with the developer on it, even though it was just a level 5, but still sometimes the developer on the extensions, because again, it's not a living human. It's not going to grow back. It is stagnant hair. So it can kind of like ruin it a little bit. So here I am spinning it around and showing you those money pieces. Still running my fingers through it though. I'm obsessed with this look. Yes, so the brightness is in the front. So again, and you can kind of see when I spin it around the darkness towards the base. So it's contrasting. So the darkness at the nape of the neck, it makes the money pieces stand out even more. So I very minimal effort and maximum result. I absolutely love this technique. I pick this up just somewhere in my salon journey, watching other stylists do work, and I was like, hey, how are they getting such maximum brightness without a head full of highlights? But yes, so I cannot wait to put this on. I'm very excited. The only negative I will say is that when I took the unit out the box, whatever chemical they used to make it as bright, it had like a smell, but it went away with the color and the soaking it in a deep conditioner. So it just looks amazing. I'm very proud of myself with this one. I'm showing that there is, no patches, just really clean color. Thanks for watching. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you try this. If you try this, please feel free to tag me on Instagram. My Instagram handle will be at the beginning and end at this video. I will link it in the description box. Tag me in it, show me, say, hey, I tried that dimensional partial and it worked. It was awesome. I'm actually an educator, so I'm going to have my students try this on their next clients and have them take pictures as well. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel so you can get updates, ring the bell, everything like that. I have been so grateful for your attention. Thank you so much again for watching. Always be good, always make good choices. And the Valley Cut is signing off.